Hello everyone. Many of you have been requesting to us over past few days to do a session on wrong number series. And specific request, if I have to mention, it was how do we handle it in prelims, because there is added time pressure there. So that is the agenda of today's session. First few minutes would be GAN. I'll tell you how do we generally tackle these questions, why the current wrong number series with 6 terms is causing some concern to few of the students, and how do we tackle it. So let's get started with the session right away. Standard heuristics to solve all these questions, whatever we have been using so far has been either for your missing number series or wrong number series has been to identify whether the known squares are there or not, and then is something getting added to it or something getting subtracted from it. Then we look for cubes. Yeah, squares are not there, we start looking for cubes. Are there known cubes in that series, and is something getting added to it, something getting subtracted to it. Then we look for that multiplicative series, right? Whether all the numbers are getting multiplied by certain multiplication factor, like every number is getting multiplied by 2 and then something is getting added to it, something is getting subtracted to it, or this multiplication is happening in an ascending order into 2, into 3, into 4, into 5, and things like that. It could be 2 into 4, into 8, into 16. It could be any permutation combination of that. Then the other very popular with the examiners have been that into 0.5, into 1, into 1.5. So you see the first term drastically goes down to half, remains almost same, and then starts increasing. That was very popular. What I see these days, they are trying this 2 into 3, 3 into 4, yeah, 4 into 5, 5 into 6, 6 into 7. So from 6 to 42, these numbers will appear, and then you're made to think what they can be. So this is another popular one. And जिसका कोई नहीं होता उसका difference and double difference hota hai. That is something which is very popular with all the students. Invariably, if it is square term, you'll start seeing some pattern. The first, second difference definitely wo constant aa jata hai, that term. And that is what most of us use when we are trying to solve question in prelims at least. Wahan par we don't want to focus a lot of time in trying to figure out. If I have a robotic algorithmic approach, that is what I try to use it, because I am under severe time constraint. Understand that, and I appreciate that. But why this 6 term number series can cause problem, and hence I believe there was a request, there were requests I should say, to show how do we tackle this. So let me first tell you how that algorithmic approach used to work. So I used to have this 6 terms, and then if I'm not able to figure something out quickly and apparently, then what I used to do, I used to take first difference. What was first difference? I used to subtract these 2 terms and put it here. Subtract these 2, put it here. And similarly for the other terms also. Now I used to try to find a pattern instead of the first given 6 in the next 5. If I still unable, I used to repeat this process in the next level of difference, which was called generally the second difference. And here I was trying to figure out. There was no use going beyond 2. You can go, but yes, with 6 terms, it really won't matter going beyond the second difference. In fact, we should try to even avoid the second difference, and I'll give you good reason for doing that. Let us see what will happen if my first term was incorrect here. That means this, whatever difference I am getting from the first 2 would be incorrect, right? This will not help me make a pattern. And in the second difference again, the difference of these 2 will be wrong, and I will not be able to make any pattern. So I'll have to depend on these 4 terms or these 3 terms. If it is the first term which is wrong, I still have plenty of room to work with. Similarly, if it is the last term which is wrong, I'll again have 4 correct terms to work with at the first difference level and 3 on the second level difference. Life is still simple. But what if my second term was incorrect? Then what it is doing? It is corrupting 2 subsequent terms. Now, in the first level of difference, I have just 3 terms, and in the second level of difference, I have just 2 terms which are correct, which I can use to pin down a pattern. You see, already life is becoming a little complicated. Something very similar will happen when the second term from end is wrong. Again, I'll have at best 3 here in the first difference, and only 2 term in the second level difference, which I can use to find a pattern. Now see how complicated our life becomes. What if your central term, yeah, is in fact wrong? I shouldn't say exact center, the third term here out of 6, or third from left or third from right. It will give equivalent result. What it is doing, it is corrupting this, it is corrupting this. So out of my here 5 terms, only 3 are correct. And then that also you will see I'll not be able to make any sequence out of it. It is meaningless because any relationship between these two will not make sense, and these two will not make sense. So I'll have basically just 2 terms to work with, and forget about the second level difference because there is just 1 term which is at best correct, right? Similarly, when the third term from the right is incorrect, then what it will do in the subsequent steps? In the first difference, it is corrupting 2 terms, right? It is corrupting 2 terms here. Not just that, this isolated correct term is of no use to us. And again, we'll have to depend upon just these two to find a meaningful pattern. And with the second level difference, clearly there is just 1 correct. So now I hope you understand why students find it difficult to tackle the 6-term wrong number series using this algorithmic approach, especially when the wrong numbers are placed third from the left or third from the right. Now, how do we tackle this? That is the idea of this session. So what I have done now is taken the question from 2 of the best mocks available out there, that is your Oliveboard and practice mock. We will be taking the questions from their SBI PO Prelims open test, right? And try to see all the gyan that I started the session with, the heuristics, do they work or not? And then also see what we can do to not fall in this trap and how we can efficiently use it. Can we still use this algorithmic method, and up to what level we can go? That would be the idea of this session. So let's get started with questions right away. Again, the instruction would be very simple here. Try to solve the question on your own first, and only then look at me solve them. Okay, so let's get started with it. So let's start with this question. 131, 152, 194, 256, 348, 446 is given to us. First difference, 20 if I add, it would have been 151. So 1 more than that, 21. 40 if I add, I'll get 192. 2 more than that. So 42. 60 I add, I'll get 254. 3 more than that. The moment I see this 21, 42 and 63, don't I already know what my next numbers would be? This should be 84 and 105. Let's see what we are getting. 257. If I add 100, I'll be getting 357. This is 9 less. So I'm getting 91. If I add 100 to 348, I would have got 448. This is 2 less. So 98. Now, if there was problem in my expected number, I'm finding problem at 2 places. If this problem was just at 1 place, I could have said this 446 is the culprit. Now, since I have problem at 2 places, that means what can I say? This is arising from this term. So 1 is this 348 and 256 ka difference, and 1 is this 348 and 446 ka difference. And what is common to both is 348, and hence this should be the culprit. Now, though this will not be needed in this question and maybe for many other questions, but a smart thing to check here would be this. How much is this number greater or less than the expected number? This is 91 and 84. This number is clearly greater than this by 7, right? My expected number say this is 7 more. You will invariably see the other part will be exactly, if this was more, the other will be less, and by the same amount. You see, this is 98 and 105. Now this 98 is 7 less than 105. That is another, say, cross check you can do. And in case some question they give you what is the exact number which will come here, then all you have to do is, if this number was more by certain from the first difference, just reduce it by this. So this is, instead of 348, it will come as 341. Maybe if they improvise the question, you know exactly how to quickly find that number also. Yes, nothing in this wrong number series question. Let us quickly try this one. What is happening here? 36, 54, 108, 162, 324, 476. What is happening here? I nothing comes directly to my mind here, but this immediately comes to my mind. 54 into 2. This again I'm not able to figure out quickly, but this I can quickly see now. 162 into 2. So I see there are 2 into 2's. Now this is forcing me to think what is the multiplicative factor which is there between 36 and 54. It should be what? 1.5. 36 plus half of 36 is 18. 54. Now I'll quickly check. 108 plus half of 108 is 54. Yes, this is 162. Again, this is into 1.5. That means 324 should be multiplied here with 1.5. Half of 324 would be what? 162. Right? 32 ka 16 and 4 ka 2, 162 here. This should be what? 486 and not 476. And hence this is incorrect. Right? I have just tried to solve as a student would have thought in examination. Let us look at this question now. 124, 141, 160, 181, 212, 243. Let's look at this. This is clearly, yeah, 17. This is how much? This is 19. This is what? 21. I expect it to be 23 and 25. Let's see what is happening. No, this is much more. This is 31. This is again 31. Yeah, strange. Now, what did I tell you? If I have to establish that this 212 is wrong, then the difference here and difference here should be equal and of opposite sign. 31 minus 23 is plus 8, and this 31 minus 25 is still plus. That means 212 is not my culprit as per our logic. Then I have to look beyond it. What if just this 31 was the culprit? I can think like that. If this 31 is my culprit, then 17, 19, 21, 31 के बाद कुछ आ रहा है क्या दिमाग में? नहीं. That means our problem lies somewhere else. Where can it be? Now, can it be with this 17? Yeah, 19, 21, 31, 31. So anyway, it's not making sense. So I'll have to assume that these two are correct. And let's work with this 181. Can I think of this 181 to be incorrect? And then work out something. This is 17, 19, 2 dashes and 31. Can I think something? Yes, something comes to my mind. 17, 19 and 31 are all prime. If there are just two primes between 19 and 31, my work is done. So what are they? 21, 22, 23, 23. Yes, this can come. After that, what do I have? 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Yes. Now, look at this. This is making sense. And let's see whether my logic, which we just learned in the previous question, is working here or not. What is this? 21 difference I have got. Here is 23. So what is this? This is minus 2. And what is the difference here? 31 minus 29 plus 2. Yes, again my logic works, and hence this 181 is the problem case. And what it should have ideally been, instead of this to be 21, it should have been what? 2 more than that, which is what? It should have been 183. The moment it was 183, though I do not have to find, I'm just showing you the concept here. This would be what? 183, and then if I do a 29 to it, it will be 212. You see, that is the problem case, why students get it wrong in hurry. I hope you understood it. This was not a simple question by any standard. Yes, you could have been in trap, and you also had to quickly figure out that there is a prime number ka series involved here. Very good question. Chalo, let's move to the next one. Let us look at this question now. Again, what is given? 112, 136, 164, 194, 224, 254. What happens in the first level of difference? I'll have what? 24. Next, what do I have? If I added 30, it would have been 166. 2 less than that, 28. Next, plus 30. Look at this. This is again plus 30. Very good. This is again plus 30. So what would immediately come to my mind? That if this number is incorrect here and somehow this can be made 30, and how would that be made? If I can reduce this by 2, right? But the moment I do that, this difference is also kind of getting down by 2, right? So this, my dream of making all these 30 is not happening. So what I have to now work with these numbers. Let's see. If first level difference hasn't worked, let's see if my second level difference may something more clarity or more confusion. What comes? Let's see what is happening here. Plus 4, plus 2, plus 0, plus 0. Do you see something has really come out which is very interesting. This is what? Plus 4 2. This is 2 ka decrease, another 2 ka decrease. And if my final was minus 2, I would have got a pattern. So instead of 30, if I had a 28, that would have arisen. If this instead of 254 was 252, I would have got a pattern. And hence, with one logic at least, I can say this is incorrect. Let us see if there is something else. In prelims, I would have just marked it and moved ahead. But let's see if something else can make sense here. I've already established that this will not make sense. Now, let us look at this. This number here is 24 and 28. Something comes to my mind. Look at this, 30, 30. I remember I told you about that 2 into 3, 3 into 4, this wala working. Look at this. What is happening here? A variation of it. 3 into 8, yeah, 4 into 7, 5 into 6, 6 into 5, 7 into 4. Yeah, that is what is happening here. And even if you could not figure it out directly, the question setters were not mean enough to put a wrong term in between, which could have spoiled my, say, second level difference. They were sensible enough and they wanted you to solve this question. Otherwise, it would have become really difficult. If I had made this third number incorrect here, it would have become really a difficult question. But here, they really wanted you to solve. Even with second level difference, with 6 term, we could make sense out of it. Yeah, so there is absolutely nothing to fear. In examination, you expect some logical questions. And if something is not working out, you always have option to leave that in prelims. Please do not end up wasting time. That would be my suggestion. Let's move to the next one. Now we are done with questions from practice mock. Let us take up questions from Oliveboard. 15, 78, 382, 1913, 9569, 47850. Clearly from 15 to 47850, it's a multiplicative series. Significant increase. What is the multiplication factor? This is in and around 5. Yeah, again this is in and around 5. This is again in and around 5. 38 5s are 190. Yes, 19 5s are 95. Yeah, all multiplicative series of, I can say, this is with a constant number 5. Now something is added or subtracted here. 15 5s are 75 plus 3. 78 5s are will be what? 350 plus 40, 390. This is minus 8. 382 into 5 will be what? 5 to the 10. 41 carry 4. 19 19 10. This is 3. So this is what? Plus 3. This is simple. 19 5s are 95 and 13 5s are 65 plus 4 here. Yes. And what is this number? This is 9 5s are, yeah, 45 carry 4, 30, 34 carry 3, 25, 28 carry 2, 45, 46, 47. So this is plus 5. At the moment you write this is all done. 3, 4, 5. Clearly these two are the problem one and the number should ideally have been 1, 2. And this will become my culprit. So with that, the 78 is settled. Please note in this multiplicative series where the number is getting multiplied and then that addition subtraction is taking place, then don't try to use that formula. Na? 3 minus 1 here is 2, minus 8 minus 2 will be minus 10. If you will see, in fact, you understand the logic, this is 2 times the opposite but multiplied with 5 times, right? And hence you are getting it. So don't get confused, just don't use it when that multiplicative series is getting used. Vanilla difference, use it, not here. All right, chalo, let's take up the next question. Okay, this question I will put it in both easy as well as in tricky part. Why? Because if it clicks to you, you can solve it very easily. 226, 333, 454, 595, 754, 931. If you can figure out that all these numbers are in and around some perfect square, then you could have solved it very easily. This is what? 225 plus 1, 324 plus 9, 441. Yeah, 441 means this is plus 13. This is 576. 576 means this will be what? 76 plus 9, 85 plus another 10. Yeah, so 19. This is what? 729 plus 1 will be 30. 24 plus 1, 25. And 900 may plus 31. Just look at this. This is plus 6, plus 6, plus 6. Only this is differing. And the moment I make it here minus 6, this will become 7 and this will also become 1 plus 6, 7. Yeah, a simple question. So I have shown you the short way of doing it, but what if under pressure this did not click to me and I am still stuck with my robotic algorithmic way? Then what I would have done in examination, I would have just kind of tried this 226 to 333. 7 made 233 plus 100, so 107. 333 may what I'll do? Another 21. Yeah, so 100 plus 21. Here, if I add, say, 100, if I add, this will become 554 plus how much I'll have to do? 41, right? So 141. Next, 595 may plus 5 if I do, it will become 600. So 600 say 154 ज़्यादा हो गया, this 754 plus 5, so 159. The next one, if I have to increase this, okay, let's make this as 31, 1 ending. So 7 if I add, this will become 761. I add another 170, this will become 177. Now still I do not see an evident pattern. So what I will do? I'll try to do double difference. 14, what is coming here? 20, this is 18, and this is also 18. Now, if you remember some part of the Gyan, what did I tell you? In worst case scenario, I can have 3 of them incorrect. Remember that? So if these 3 are incorrect, that would lead to this term being wrong. If I have these 3 as incorrect, that would lead to this term being wrong. If these 2 are incorrect, that would lead to this term being wrong. If these 2 are incorrect, this will lead to this term being wrong. And if this is incorrect, only this would be wrong. And if this is incorrect, then only this will be wrong. Now just look at it. I know you are at mercy of the examiner here because you could not figure it out at the very first step. So now you will have to count on your chances and also on generosity of the question setter that they haven't played with these two numbers. Otherwise, there is nothing. You will either start with 18 and try, say, maybe 17, 16 and 15, or you start, I accept this to be, the only correct, and 14, 15, 16, 17. Again, it will take a lot of time also. We will count on what is more probable looking at this number. So 18, 18, 14, 20, it could be 14, 20, 26, 32, or it could be 18, 18, 18, 18. See, it's very easy for me when once I know the answer to tell you, 18, 18, 18 ही तो होगा, but nahi. All possible cases that can come into student mind, I am trying to cover all them here, right? But this looks most likely. That means what? These two look to be incorrect. That means my problem area is likely to be this. This is what I will check with. Still, it is not confirmed. For it to be 18, and now that I have assumed that these two are going to be incorrect, that means this number is supposed to be wrong. That is what I am trying to confirm. That means this number will get a green light here, right? Because this is arising from 454 and 595. So now I have to use this 121, 141 and make 18 ka difference. For that, what I'll have to do? Instead of this 20, if I increase this number here by 2, this 123 basically subtracted from 141 will give me 18. Now, if this has become 123, right? That is from where to where? From here to here. That means this number has gone down by 2, right? And hence, what will happen? From here to here, even this will go down by 2, right? So, now if you look at this 107 and 2, right? Whatever you are getting, and this 121 plus 2. That is what you will get, or I should have written here 105 and 123 for you. So you see the difference here, 2 ka difference in negative, 2 ka difference in positive. Don't start that difference wala thing which I told you at the second level of difference. Again, conceptually also, let me try to explain you why it will not work. Here 105, 107, 2 ka difference in negative, 123, 21 ka difference, 2 in positive, and hence I can even by this method also I pin down to 333 being wrong, and 331 will be my final answer. Now, why will this not work here? 18 and 14 ka difference is plus 4. So 18 and 20 ka here should have been minus 4. No, at second difference it will not work. Why it will not work? Because in this number, whatever decrease or whatever that change in the number at 333 is there, it has already occurred. This has occurred here also. Now in this number, there is only one number wrong here, right? So the difference which is created here is of just 2. But here, this wrong number has created the effect on 2 number. Both that number is coming here. So the 2 from here and 2 from here, both are getting accounted here. So here 20 to 18 is the correction, and here 14 to 18, 2 plus 2 is the correction. I hope you got it, and you will not use it on the second difference. You will not use it when a multiplicative factor and then some addition subtraction is getting done. I hope this is clear. I cannot explain in more detail than this. I hope the concept is completely clear. Even if you could not figure it out at the first go, you can take some chances and use a more suitable pattern and try to work back and still get your answer. Not the best way, but yes, in examination, if you have already touched it and you maybe have spent some 40 seconds, use another 10 seconds and then try to get to the answer. Okay, I was with you when you could not figure out that the given sequence were all squares and numbers close to it in the previous question. But in this question, there is no excuse, right? This is 36, this is 169, this is 400, this is 729, 1156. I'm not sure if you remember this, out of your head as 34 square, but 1681, 41 ka square, it comes in very handy. But let's look at this. What is happening here? This is -1, this is +1. What is happening here? -1, okay, again -1, again -1, again -1. So this is the number which is creating the problem, and it should have been 168, right? Let us look at this question now. What is given? 2 here, 7, small numbers, always easy to work with. 28 to the 56, -3, 53. So 28 minus 3 is 25. 53 plus 30 will be 83 plus 2, so 32. Now if you can figure this out, wonderful. 2 square minus 2. What is this? 3 square minus 2. What is this? 4 square minus 2. What should this be then? 5 square minus 2, and this should be 6 square minus 2. Then my expected numbers here should be 23 and 34. Check this. This is -2. I'm working at the first level difference. This will work. And 34 minus 32 is +2. Yeah, +2 minus 2. That clearly means this is my culprit, right? Let's say it did not click to you. Then what you would have done? Gone for the next level difference, which is 5. This is 7. And then this is 11. And this is again 7. Now, what did I tell you? If you have to go till the second level difference, you are at the mercy of the examiner. You will assume that these 3 are not incorrect and these 3 are also not incorrect. And they haven't been so mean as of now, right? That is what I have seen from all the papers that I have solved. They generally don't give a central term to be wrong in 6 number series. Not yet seen. They can, but then what is the learning here? You will have to figure it out at this stage or maximum at the first level difference. Okay. There also we have seen it is not very simple when the middle terms are wrong, right? And maybe that is the reason, at least in your prelims, they haven't tested you with giving you the central terms as incorrect. Now, what are the possibility? Again, if you look at, there are many possibilities. 7, 11, 7. Again, this could be 11. Now, when I know the answer, I can give you the ज्ञान कि नहीं ये तो बहुत ही simple है ना, ये तो दिख रहा है 5, 7, 9, 11 होगा नहीं. That is cheating. Whatever can come to a student mind, I am showing you. The other could be 5, 7. Yeah, when I'm saying this 7, 11, 7, 11 can be a possibility when only this is wrong. That means that would have led to this as incorrect. What if only this is wrong? So 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 4, 11, and 11 plus again either 2, 4, it could be 8, because unless you have 3 terms, minimum 3 terms, you cannot form pattern. So it can be 6 also, it could be 8 also. So you see how many possibilities arises, and hence when you are not able to determine at the first level, then you are taking chances. When anyone who is solving 6 term by going to the second level difference is taking his chances. Generally, the question setters have been very kind and they are not giving you these terms as incorrect. Otherwise, you see what kind of nightmare situation you can get in. So most simple and logical one, what comes to us is 5, 7, 9, 11. And the moment you do that, everything falls in place. That is, because test setters are benevolent here. That you will have to give to them, right? If they had any malintentions, you will end up wasting a lot of time. And I hope I have been able to show this to you. I having the knowledge, I can say, अरे तो इतना सिंपल है ना यार, 5 7 के बाद तो 9 11 ही आएगा ना लॉजिकल. क्यों सर 7 11 7 11 क्यों नहीं आ सकता? 5 7 11 के बाद हमारा आपको 17 क्यों नहीं आ सकता? 19 क्यों नहीं आ सकता? So all that possibilities are there. But generally what they're testing is smooth numbers, and hence you would first, even if it comes to you in the examination that you have to go to the second level difference, try a smoother number. That would be my suggestion. Otherwise, it's better to try to figure it out at the first step, at best at the first level difference. Let us look at this question. What is given? 16, 35, 72, 135, 224, 351. Now, in this question, you do not have a choice. यहाँ पर your difference, double difference will not work if you are not able to find this is a cubic term. Clearly, this is in and around 343, 7 cube, 216, 6 cube, 125, 5 cube, 4 cube, 3 cube, 2 cube. And look at how beautifully they are related also. 8 plus 8, 16. 27 plus 8, 35. 64 plus 8, 72. This is 125 plus 10. Okay, this might be the anomaly. 216 plus 8, 343 plus 8. Yeah, so this number was the culprit. Now, had you tried to find the difference, double difference here, kya hota? First, these two would have gone. Then that would have led to these three being wrong. And this is cubic term. So their constant term would have come in your third difference, where you would have been able to make some sense of it. Clearly, all these three terms would have been wrong, and hence you were left with no choice but to identify it here. Alright, I hope you have understood the concept thoroughly, its limitation, how we can tweak it and use to our advantage. All that is clear now. Okay, so that is all there is to the concepts of wrong number series questions. Nothing else is there. Trust me on that. Now, what I expect you to do is go back and solve some 50 questions. Use all these concepts, these heuristics, the first level difference. Try to find at least at the first level difference. Even if you fail, see, can you use the benevolence of the question setter to your advantage and get to the answer? Try that. Try that. Only when you try, the speed will come. And what I feel, these questions were toughest of the lot. You will not get all questions of this variety. Generally, what I see in the examination, 3 are easily doable, 1 moderate and 1 tough. So final, say, note of caution from my side, never struggle with a number series question in the actual examination. During practice, do it. Give them inordinate amount of time if you want to. It goes to your prestige or ego that nahi, ye kaise nahi banega. It's all right. Not in your actual exam. Give it respect. Nahi maine is type ka kiya hai. I'll just leave it, not fight with it. Save my time here and solve 2 more questions rather than struggling with a question for 2 minutes and then maybe marking something tukka. Don't do that. Don't do that. Solve 3 questions easily. Moderate wala bana, nahi bana, aage badh gaye. If all of them are easy, you're lucky, solve them. If you're in so good practice, you're in flow, go ahead, do it. I'm not saying कि 3 ही करके आना या 4 ही करके आना. Do all, but don't struggle. Don't waste time. 30-40 seconds में नहीं आ रहा है, move ahead. There are many questions waiting to be picked. Yeah, I hope this will help you gain some more marks in your upcoming exams. And yes, continue to do a lot of practice. So now I'll take your final leave. If you still have something in your mind, if you want us to do a session on something, just put it in the comment box. We'll try to bring it to you before your actual exams. See you then.